Hello and welcome to Therapy with T. I don't say this, but my brother has told me that I need to say this because people forget and he likes to be reminded. So I am going to say it and see how it feels because I didn't want to ask people to do this. But if you enjoy the message that you received today, if you would give me a like, that's amazing for me. And if you like it enough to come back and you want to subscribe, please do so that you can get notifications when I post a new video. So did that for my brother. Feels a little uncomfortable asking for likes and subscribers, but I also forget to like and subscribe, and then I can't find a channel that I've been looking at. So gonna go ahead and put it out there and see what happens. So today I wanted to do messages about the next blessing that's coming into your life. However, and I don't know if you watched my last video, but I am having to put my dog down, and so I'm just in a sad space, just kind of grieving and just feeling a little bit just the loss. And so I thought maybe instead I would do messages about loss and grieving today, and see what happens, and maybe we all get some peace from it. So that is what I'm doing. I had all these decks picked out for the blessings one, but I'm going to use them for this because I don't always think that loss is necessarily a bad thing. I've been getting a lot of messages saying that with this loss of my dog, who is my best friend, and I know that's one of those things people say about dogs, but I didn't ever really get it until I failed my dog. I foster dogs through rescues, and I've had 16 fosters, and this one was my 10th foster, and I kept him because I was the best home for him. He's always been sick and had issues, but I got to have him for 6 years, and he was only supposed to last maybe a year. So he's just been a crazy trooper and almost died like 3 times. The vets always think he's gonna die, but this time, while he still has a little bit left in him, I wanna let him go with grace. So it's his time. And it's really sad, but I keep getting these messages, or however, not but, and I keep getting these messages from the universe and spirit and everything that just says that when something is lost, or when you lose something, or when something is removed from the picture or the plate, it makes room for something else. And so I have to believe that with the loss of him, where I've been focused so much on taking care of him and his health, that I'll have space for another new blessing, something beautiful. And so I think loss can open us up for newness, open us up for a different perspective on things. And knowing that I could love something as much as I've loved this dog has been a huge gift. So I wanted to kind of honor loss and grief in this reading. So please ask your spirit team to speak with mine, or give them permission to have lunch with my spirit team so we can get some really clear messages, and hopefully we can maybe ease some sadness and grief with hope and peace. And that's my intention, is that we can look at grief and loss as just another beautiful life experience and give it its full respect by grieving. Like you grieve because you loved something deeply. So I'm going to use these Wild Woman Rising cards, and I'm going to pick 3, and you'll just pick whichever one you're drawn to the most, or you feel something about, or you just want to pick it. So just pick. Sometimes I like to listen to all 3 piles because sometimes there's messages for me in all 3 piles when I'm listening to other readers on here. So follow your instincts, pick which one feels right to you. And I might shuffle in silence just to let you know you're not missing something, like the mute button didn't go on. So that's going to be pile 1. Pile 2. Pile 3. All right. So pile 1, we have reclaim your soul skin. So if you want to pick this one, you'll pick pile 1. You can find the timestamps for that pile in the description, and then I'll meet you at that reading. That's 41, reclaim your soul skin, and that will be pile 1. Pile 2 is going to be know yourself, and it's number 3. Interesting, all these greens and teals. And then the third one is number 24, dig deep. So those are the 3 piles. I'm just gonna go with this. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I'll meet you at your piles. I'll give you a moment to check out your cards here, and maybe I'll just go in a little so you can see it better. Okay, I will meet you at your piles. All right, welcome pile 1. If you chose pile 1, you chose reclaim your soul skin, number 41. I will read this at the end of the reading. We'll put that over here for now. I'm not sure you can see it, but it's there, I promise. Okay, so messages about grief and loss. Messages about grief. And if you skipped my you skipped past my intro, then I'm going to be shuffling in silence, so don't think that there's something wrong with your volume. And I just invite you to breathe with me or focus on your spirit team, give them permission to speak with mine. All right, so first off, we have 6 of inspiration, the 6 of wands, 5 of wands, interesting, 6 and 5 together. You have the devil card. You have 5 of pentacles. Wow. Definitely picking up some grief and loss and struggle. And you've got 8 of wands. Okay, so right off the top, this is one of my cards for eating disorders. That's how I perceive this. It's the comparing card, where you're just constantly comparing yourself to other people. You can see all these like mirrors. So what I'm getting from this though, so the position that I put that in is what's leaving. So part of me, right off the bat, just my first initial is that if some of you have been struggling with disordered eating or an eating disorder, however you want to call it, or over exercising, or just the mentality of like, oh gosh, I didn't exercise today and I ate pizza, so now I'm gonna blah 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 blah, whatever that you want to call that kind of toxicity about body image, that you're losing that. So that's really positive. 6 of inspiration is 6 of wands is usually about victory. So what is really interesting is in a loss and grief reading, I'm seeing that this next thing that's coming in and what is leaving your life is this need to compare yourself to others and this need to never feel good enough. So that's a very positive take. The devil card also can be addiction, and I believe eating disorders are like an addiction. And so in this position, on what you can focus on manifesting, the devil card is oftentimes about like feeling helpless and stuck and like you can't escape a situation. Also addiction, like I said. Ultimately restriction. So when you're disordered eating, you're restricting food, and when you start restricting food, it's a very slippery slope back down into like participating in an eating disorder oftentimes. So what you can focus on is to manifest is the idea that you are not stuck, that you're not restricting. So don't restrict food, exercise, nature, health. Don't restrict yourself. Obviously we know that things in moderation are healthy. It's better to do things moderately than go extreme one way or the other and binge. But that's the manifestation here. The mantra would be, don't restrict yourself. The restriction is a slippery slope into that pattern again. If you have any, I will try to put something about eating disorders in the description if you want some more support. Eating disorders are incredibly tricky, just like addiction, very tricky. You really can't escape eating. You really can't escape binging and purging if those are your things. It's not like you can just never go near a bathroom again, or never throw up again, or never eat again. So you're constantly you're having to really work really hard to see food in a different way. It's really challenging, and it's probably a lifelong practice where, just like an addiction to a drug would be, you know, you're constantly going to every day wake up and choose to not participate in your addiction. It's a similar idea. With this card, what you can practice releasing, Five of Materials is like coming in from out of the cold. It's oftentimes the victim mentality of it, like, oh, well, no, that victim vibe, that chip on the shoulder, that like, doesn't even matter if I did stop this, nobody would care, or I would still be gross, or all those really toxic things. The cool thing about this card in this deck that this card represents for me is that you're not alone. So there is a higher power, a spirit that is trying to help guide you through this and help you kind of come out of your cocoon and reemerge as a butterfly and have this transition. Oh, and that's interesting because in this Devil card, she has these butterfly wings, and she's like, has these like strings that are attached to these people, like puppet strings almost. And it's like this braid, and then there's these strings on here too. So I am getting the idea that this is something that you're not having to do by yourself. If you're feeling disappointed, if you have, let's say this is not an eating disorder, let's say this is just comparing yourself to others and saying, oh, I'm not where I should be. Whatever this is, the negative part of it is going out of your life, and what's coming in is victory over this. So what this is telling me is that you have not been alone in this. You've had, your spirit team has been there, whether you could feel it or not. And I'd like to think if you found this page that you can feel your spirit team. You might doubt it, but you can feel that they have been there trying to like let you know you're not alone, that they're trying to help pull the strings from the other side. So I think practicing releasing the thought that you are alone and that no one cares is going to be really important. That you definitely are cared about, and you definitely have a team of angels or spirit or whatever you want to call it, helping to guide you or trying to get messages to you. And the more you can like believe that, the louder you'll hear it. Eight of Inspiration is often like messages or news or travel, but it's often a very quick situation. So what guidance is here? I'm not 100% sure on that. It's like some kind of information is gonna, maybe this is the sign, but some kind of sign or message is gonna come to you that's gonna kind of click for you in this process of healing. But I'm gonna get some confirmation for that, because I'm not really sure. What is that? So you have the Page of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, so short-term focus. Whatever this is going to go quick. It's not a super long process. How is this guidance? Unhealthy lifestyle. It's almost like you're going to, okay. If there's a part of you that's always been a little bit of a rebellious, like fight the system because this, like not because you just want to fight the system for shits and giggles, but because you genuinely feel like things that are unjust and not fair that should be fought back, that you should stand up for yourself. It's like, can you channel that rebellious part of you for this goal? So the goal of not participating in these behaviors of disordered eating or addiction, by being like, no, I'm rebelling against it. Like, I refuse to participate in something that is not good for me. I refuse. It's unhealthy. It's not good. No way. Hell no. I just watched the Color Purple musical last night, or some night this week, and I love the one when Sophia's like telling Celie, like, hell no. Like, I'm not going to let a man hit me. I love that. She did so good. Danielle Brooks played that character. Anyway, that's what I'm getting. Like, that hell no. Like, get mad. Get mad at it like it's a toxic relationship and be like, oh, heck no. I'm not accepting this into my life. I'm not doing this to my body. My body's amazing. I love my body. Fake it till you make it. Tell you love your body, even if you don't believe it right away. But something with that rebellion will help you be stable in this process. So that's the guidance, is to kind of get pissed and think about it as like, no, this is like a bad boyfriend or bad relationship, and I refuse to allow it back into my life. That kind of idea. I hope that is helpful. Let's pick some more. I'm going to pick some, oh, we already did this one. Just kidding. I'm going to pick some oracle cards just to give us some messages. I know that this was messages about grief and loss, and it went into this thing about disordered eating, but what was interesting is immediately that you are going to be victorious over this by losing this bad habit. There's obviously a lot of grief and pain that comes, that is oftentimes underlying eating disorders, addiction, anything where we are harmful to ourselves, self-harm. Those types of things they're not just coming because we feel bored one day. It's often the symptom of a trauma or pain or some kind of learned behavior as well. And so again, this is more of practical, like what you can focus on manifesting is to recognize that don't restrict yourself, and know you're not alone. Know that there's a team working behind you, and think of this disorder, or this addiction, or this negative thing as a bad relationship that you can cut out of your life, that you can say, nope, I am not choosing this unhealthy lifestyle. So let's pick some guidance cards. I haven't used this deck. It's called Land Sky Oracle. I'm not 100% sure about it. We'll see if it gives me, oh, thank you. So what kind of, now this is just like, let's hype you up. What else can we add to this to kind of help you do this work? And then reclaim your soul skin. Yeah. Like, reclaim your body as your body. You are in control of it. You get to make decisions for it. It's your body. Even if you feel super outside of your body and super angry at it and feel ugly about it, it is yours. Reclaim it. I know that's really easy to say and super hard to do. It's just practice. It's just like practicing a spelling bee or exercising or anything that you're trying to get better at. Like, we're all not good at something when we first start it. So the more you practice reclaiming your body and reclaiming like that part of you. Rutilated quartz, angel hair, the crystal for vibrational healing. Cool. We'll read that. Yeah. the messages I'm getting. I hope that resonates with you. I'm trying to just really trust myself, and if that's the message I'm getting, that's the message I'm getting. Okay, put this up here. I'm gonna pick 2. All right, maybe I'll just pick 1, because that one came out like a bat out of hell. Meatloaf. All right, let's see what messages we have. Okay, so this one flips, so let's read this. So, a perfect balance of cosmic light and grounded energy, rutilated quartz illuminates the soul, promoting spiritual growth. It draws off karmic dis-ease and reframes events still affecting the present. Yeah, reframing, that makes sense. The crystal assists out-of-body journeying, scrying, and channeling, contacting spiritual guidance. So if you're trying to really get in touch with like your higher self, your team, this could be a good crystal to buy and just hold in your pocket when you're trying to like really hear that and like push aside all this like angry, negative voice about yourself and body, or like, come on, you can just do this one time, whatever it is that this thing is that I was talking about. Protecting against psychic attacks and ideal for therapists or counselors. Rutilated quartz filters negative energy from a client, supporting their energy field during emotional release and confrontations with darker aspects of the psyche. So if you are in therapy, this could be a good crystal to bring with you as well. Excuse me. It affects the body with impotence, infertility, respiratory tract, bronchitis, and cellular repair. In the mind, it soothes bad moods, overcomes depression, fears, phobias, and anxiety, which eating disorders can cause such phobias and anxieties around food and all sorts of these types of addictions like disordered eating or self-harm. So that could be a very good crystal for you. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, how funny. Amethyst, nourish. Let's read this one. Nourish. I mean, food is supposed to nourish your body, right? So when you have a really negative relationship with food, it's really challenging. Cultivate, tend to intuition. Do you trust your intuition? Consider setting aside time each day to listen for guidance. Cultivate your creative practice. The affirmation is, my intuition is strong and uncovers my creative spirit. Highest chakras of perception. This is wanting you to develop your psychic ability and intuition. So I'm really getting this again as like trying to tune into your spirit's voice, because they definitely are there for you. And that seems to be something that when you're wanting to kind of jump back into these behaviors, if you can do the breathing and the trying to like rebel against that practice and body shaming or whatever it is that you're doing in relation. This was just one example, obviously, but this devil card, just this transformation of like you're in the cocoon stage, like butterfly or caterpillars become like gooey mess before they become a butterfly, is that during that trying to really reach out to your spirit team and listen in. You have sustenance. Where is my book? Sorry, this is gonna move the camera. I apologize. So angelic messenger cards, number 42. Yeah, it's just so many messages of spirit just trying to come through and nourish you and heal you, sustain you as you do this work. How beautiful. I love this for you, pile one. When I started to realize that I have a spirit team that loved me, it literally has made me feel so much better about myself, my body, my life, everything. Yeah, so this is asking you to focus on lessons learned. So instead of being like, this sucks so bad, this grief, this loss, this addiction, this fight sucks, is to be like, no, you are learning so many incredibly important lessons through this process. Things that are going to support your future. That's the message I'm getting. But yeah, this nourish, this sustain, this healing, they're here for you to do that, and they want you to keep pushing forward and focusing on that. What else do you have? Creator water. That's like one of the major big cards in this deck, the sacred creators. Oh, I did want to say, when you get triggered by something, the application with this, it says, what belief about myself is being challenged? So when you start feeling really frustrated, or you're getting and you want to go like fall back into like these old patterns, like I'm just, whatever it is, I don't even want to give examples, but when you get triggered and start falling into these old patterns, these old toxic cycles and relationships, is to say, what belief about myself is being challenged right now? What should I be taking in from this that I can learn from? Because there's some really powerful lessons coming through to you right now. So as you're having grief and loss, you're learning all of this stuff that's going to get you to a better place with this. And it's going to happen very quickly. And if it's not quick, it's short term, meaning it's not going to be the rest of your life cycling through these. Definitely, like, relapses are a thing in eating disorders for sure. But this is definitely speaking more about, like, you've got this. Don't be so worried that it's going to like take the rest of your life, right? It's not. Especially the more you focus in on like hearing your spirit team, and the more you focus on rebelling against it, like, no way, I don't do this to my body. Okay, creator fire, creator water. Water is connected to the emotions, being in flow, and relying on your intuition. So there's a lot about intuition in here. It governs the germination of ideas and conception, and it lives in the realm of dreams and prophecy. The element of water is insightful, healing, and cleansing. How can your intuition be of use to you right now? And what happens when you allow it to restore your balance? How would your situation change if you fell fully into your emotions, right? When I was telling you, like, you can't just like sweep it under the rug. You have to kind of feel this grief and loss. This is part of the lesson. How well are your emotions helping you right now? And in what ways can they heal your situation? Are there places that love is hiding, waiting to be found? Definitely self-love is hiding under all of that. And self-love is so powerful. So dive into water. Water governs the watery depths of emotion and intuition. When you tune out all of the should do's and could do's, and you throw logic and responsibility overboard, what's left? Imagine that you are in water on a ship or on a beautiful beach, or maybe you're a mermaid swimming in the depths of the ocean. Tune out everything except how you feel. All you know is that your emotion is guiding you, and that any thoughts that come up for you are the direct result of your intuition. What messages flow into your awareness? What a great, clear guidance card from your team saying, dive deep into your emotions, let your emotions be felt, and what is it telling you? Because that's your guidance. That's amazing. And maybe even if you can go swimming, depending on where you live, it could be getting warmer now, or it's still cold. It just depends. But yeah, maybe it's even taking a bath or a shower. Very cool. Oh, here, look, take a ritual bath. Anoint your third eye with some fresh water and feel it opening up a little bit more as a result. Dip your hands in a bowl of water and cleanse them of any energy that is holding you back. Infuse them with the magic of water's healing. When you are done, have a tall glass of intuition and healing and wait for it to start working from within. Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, just drink water, be in water, use water to help with this process. Super cool. I didn't read 32 AM. Oh, yes, I did. Okay, and then what do you have here? You've got purse. Pay attention to your finances And you have man dealings or relationship with a man. Okay, so I don't always take what these words mean. So, let me just connect real quick to understand what that is about. And if you know, awesome. If you know what this means and it's hitting you, that's perfect. Take that. That's what it means. I mean, honestly, the first hit I got was that there's some man that is in charge of your purse strings. Like somebody has been controlling your financial situation, maybe. Finances can also just mean stability and like foundation. So you could feel like someone else has been controlling your foundation and making it really shaky. Again, though, it could just be referring to this situation with this loss of like self-love and body image stuff, where it could say like, it's like you feel like it controls you instead of the other way around. You are controlled by this disease. It's pulling the strings. So if that's true, what do I want to pick to help me? Let's do a Morgan Greer because I have it out and I put it out for a reason. So let's do it. Can you please help me confirm this for pile 1? What does that mean? Page of Pentacles again, and it came out reversed again. That is really interesting. So this could actually be a male identifying person who is younger, so either adolescent or maybe early 20s. Maybe it's you have unrealistic goals and expectations of yourself. Like you expect too much of yourself. That's kind of what I'm getting from this, because the page could be a young person. It could be a student, someone who's serious about doing hard work, but it's reversed. It's you, I think. You're this rebellious spirit. So either you're rebelling against when someone tells you to do something. Maybe you have a really hard time when someone's like, hey, here's something like this. Maybe you're like, I don't want to get in water and focus. I'm going to grab one moment. I want to get... These often help me. No, I won't do these. I know what I'll do. Sorry. I'm going to pick another one of... I just want to, this might already make sense to you, but I just want to make sure, because getting the Page of Pentacles reversed twice from 2 different decks. If need info. It's like you need the information. Yeah, because it can be just like a really rebellious individual. That's in the, what is guidance is there? All right, well, 2 cards. Whoa, 10 of Cups and 10 of Wands came out, which is really cool, because 10 of Wands is often like, okay, you're really like done carrying a burden and you're going to put it down. And 10 of Emotions, which is 10 of Cups, is like the ultimate like family, home, partnership, life fulfillment card. It's like, yes, everything I wanted, love, harmony, divine connection is here with me. So that's the guidance that I'm going to get. We're just going to kind of, hopefully that made sense to you. But if you put this burden down, if you stop carrying whatever is connected to this stuff that we've been talking about. So this means like you got to do the work and you got to feel the feelings and put it down or release. That this is, you're on your way to literally the 10 of Cups, the ultimate goal card, the ultimate like love, happiness, family card. It's like what I always want to get in every reading. See the good in everything. That's super appropriate for this. Like even when it feels so sucky and it's painful and you're dealing with loss and grief, there's lesson in it. And it doesn't mean toxic positivity where you have to be like, but the silver lining is, no, it's like I'm going through it and I am learning a ton about it because of that. So let's see what this actually means. Reclaim your soul skin. Number 41, interesting, 41 and 42. All right. Oh, the silky. Legend tells of the silky, a woman seal often seen off the coast of northern Scotland who can shed her skin by moonlight and dance upon the earth. Fishermen were known to catch the seal-made skin in order to keep her pinned to the land, captured as bride, unable to return to her true skin and soul home. In the legend you're living, to reclaim your soul skin is to let go of the good girl pelt you were raised to wear. Toss off all that no longer fits you and dive deep. Again, dive deep into water. Dive deep into the places where your soul feels most at home. The woman you are becoming, or the man, will cost you relationships, spaces, comfort, security, and convenience, but choose her over everything. When we reclaim our authenticity, wild woman rises. You don't have to be a woman to take that. We all have feminine energy in our humanness. Yeah, reclaim yourself. Reclaim that rebellious person. You reclaim that fiery person who fights against things that are unjust and not okay. Stop comparing. Remember who you are. Cool. Okay, that's the message I got. I really hope that that resonated with you. If it did and you want to leave a comment, please do. If you want to like this, amazing. If you want to subscribe, awesome. And if you don't want to do any of those things, thanks for just being here. And that was your reading. Bye. All right, if you chose pile 2, welcome to your reading. You chose Know Yourself, number 3. And this is your card. We will read this at the end. I'm going to put this over here for now. And I might shuffle in silence, so I guess the Fool wants to come out. If I do shuffle in silence, your volume is not messed up. It's just me trying to connect. So please, if you want to breathe, give your team permission to speak with mine. I wanted to come out too. That's all I wanted to come out. All right. All right, so you got the Fool, and that wanted to just jump out of the reading. The Fool is like the beginning of a new journey, taking a leap of faith. So that's what's coming into your life next, is you're about to take a leap of faith. So I know this is messages about loss and grief. The first pile ended up being a really like amazing positive message about loss in the best way, losing something that is harming you. So it already like is making me feel better, because it's talking about how loss is actually like a really helpful healing tool and can be a really good way to learn things in a real deep way. So that's what's coming. You're about to take a leap of faith, but we got to keep going. It might change. You've got 7 of Wands, 7 of Inspiration, which I love that card. It's this card of being like standing up for yourself, standing up for what's right. But it can also be like where you feel like you're constantly having to defend yourself. And like nobody believes your truth. So we'll get there. Okay, next, what can you focus on for manifesting? Queen of Pentacles reversed. Oh, sorry. And then you've got Strength, the Strength card. And then you've got the 2 of Cups. Okay, give me a moment to reflect on this. This one's throwing me off, so I'm gonna get some cards for confirmation about that. Taking a leap of faith, tired of having to defend what you believe to everybody, knowing that it's the truth and that that's good enough for you. You don't need other people to necessarily believe it. But what is the Queen of Pentacles? If it is overindulgence and manipulation, that doesn't really make sense. Of Pentacles reversed, pile 1 kept getting that card. 2 of Cups again, and the Ace of Cups. Okay, I thought it was about a romantic relationship or some type of very deep relationship, but I was like, no, I don't know, but that is what I'm getting. So okay, so 2 things. Either you are in a relationship with someone and you feel like you're constantly having to prove to them that you're right about things, or that like they don't take what you believe as seriously as you do, or they're not on the same page as you. And it's very frustrating. You don't feel like it's moving forward. So that's one way to think about that. And that there's grief in that, because you probably know that you feel a loss of that relationship happening. The other way that I'm kind of seeing this would be that someone else doesn't like you being in a relationship with someone, or they don't want you to pursue somebody, that you're getting outward pressure not to pursue somebody or pursue a relationship, and that's really sad for you. So it's possible they could be widowed, they could have lost their partner in a tragic way. There's some type of loss with that I'm picking up on. But this is the leap of faith, something new, because then with these cards down here, again, this is like the beginning of new love or new feelings. Unification. So let's keep going. This was supposed to be for the Queen of Pentacles for me to confirm, which is unified, partnership, romantic, shared understanding. Yeah, okay, yeah. This person that I'm vibing on, so this relationship, it seems like they can be very selfish and manipulative. And I don't think that they know that that's what they're doing. I don't think that it's like on purpose. I think that that's defense mechanisms from wherever they are coming from. They don't seem like they want to do the work though. And so I see that you might need to lose this relationship, which brings grief, because they're not meeting you on the same level. You guys are not on the same page. Like Page of Pentacles, you're not on the same page. There could even be some disloyalty, or you feel like they're disloyal. Maybe you feel like, maybe not even that they've cheated on you, but you feel like they are emotionally just not giving to the relationship what you are. And you want to burst out. I am definitely thinking that they might be very manipulative. They could also like financially be a little draining on your finances. This idea of releasing this expectation is a really important kind of focus for you. The 8, the strength, focusing back on, oh yeah, know yourself. Okay, that's actually starting to make sense to me. Focusing back on the person that you know you are with all this other stuff coming in. So you know that you are a joyful, loving person. You know that you're not you're not selfish. You try to work to be not selfish. You sacrifice a lot. It's like remembering that and recognizing that it's not even that this person is necessarily bad. They're just not on your level. And the guidance, which is this 2 of Cups, which is, again, it's about like really beautiful fulfillment on 2 sorry, wrong card. Two people coming together in union. Oftentimes love and romance, but it can be just deep connection and shared understanding. So maybe this person, maybe you don't have to just be like, I have to lose this person, but the idea of like, I will lose this person if we can't get on the same page is the motivation needed. So like you being ready mentally to let this go if they can't meet you at the same level. Because what you ideally want, the guidance for you that's coming, is this new offering of love, new emotional awakening, new fulfillment and growth. And if that person is not offering that and they're not meeting you on your level, then you have the strength to, like, you are strong. You can take a leap of faith and walk away from this, move away, leave this behind, feel the grief and loss that is going to come with it. That is normal. It is going to be sad. And that could be why you've maybe not done this, is because it feels so sad and you feel like such a huge loss because you probably really love this person or this situation or this relationship or whatever this is. But again, and maybe you skipped my intro, but sometimes letting go of something, even that you love very deeply, makes room for something that is going to enlighten you more or help you grow even further. So that is the message I'm getting from this. So let's pick some other cards for some more practical, concrete, like positivity to help you with this process. Because if someone's offering you just like half of a cup of something, or they're just offering you the very bare minimum, you should expect an equal give and take reciprocity, where someone is offering as much as you're offering. That's something you should expect for yourself. You deserve that. And someone will offer you that, or some situation will offer you that. So if you have to take a leap of faith and stop trying to prove something is right and just let it go, which is so easy to say. Sometimes it's like, this would be painful. Cutting something off is painful, but in that grief is where that lesson is, right? Like you will, it's like, think of an attic filled with just a ton of stuff that someone calls junk, and it's full of like spider webs and mouse droppings, but there's all these like trunks and boxes of things, and you have no idea what's in there. And as you start cleaning that away, yeah, it's gross and it sucks, but then you start opening trunks and you find amazing, gorgeous vintage outfits from the 60s and 70s or the 30s. You find old family portraits and history about your ancestry. You find amazing silver. Who knows? It's just like you find these things under all of that ick in the process of cleaning the ick out. So I hope that made sense. Made sense to me. Just waiting for a card to fall out of the pile for y'all. Can we have a pile too? All right, I'm gonna pick this one. Lepidolite came out. Overcoming dependency. Oh, well, that kind of speaks for itself, especially if you have been feeling very dependent on this situation, this person, whatever this is. Again, I just give I give ideas that I'm seeing in my head. It doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing. So please take it to what works for you in your situation and use your intuition as well. Okay, so let's pick some other cards. This is a new deck called Land Sky Oracle. I've had it for a while, just haven't used it, and I'm seeing if it's a helpful one for more practical advice. And then we're gonna pick a Sacred Creators. So we have room for the rest. Like, this doesn't have to necessarily be a romantic relationship. Like, that's just a very simple explanation. This could be even the loss of a pet. This could be any loss that you know that you have to let go of, that has to end, or they have to meet. It has to change. There has to be change. They can meet you where you're at, and you can see actual steps being made to meet your needs, or you can walk away from that, go away, take a leap of faith. Okay. I am just gonna put these like this so I have space for all of your positive cards that are gonna make you feel better. Whoa. All right, well, I'm gonna take the two that I see. Okay, let's get into it. And I'm not gonna pick a tea leaf because I just don't feel it. We might, but I don't feel it right now. Okay. So first we have Asmita number 35 with egoism. And I'm gonna read from the book because I have not used this deck. And this is like a yoga positions, which I am not a yoga person. I'd like to one day think I'll become a yoga person, but I don't know. But it's about separation. Interesting. Okay. This is interesting. What are the lessons you learned from an injury that limits your mobility? Let go of identifying with your success and your failures connected to things and experiences. You have the power to make decisions in your life beyond praise and blame. Yeah, so like it's not sitting around blaming that person because they didn't do the work, or that job or that situation didn't meet your needs. We could do that all day. But it's more getting outside of that and just being like, this is disabling me, this is injuring me, it's messing up my mobility to move forward. And so without having to put a bunch of blame on it or praise or saying I'm right, you're wrong, again, like feeling you're always having to prove that you're right, is just to say, okay, no, this is an injury that needs to heal. I need to like stop re-breaking this or re-hurting this by continuing that cycle. Yeah, I wanted to pick this one. Oh my goodness. This is literally the same card from Pile 1, Sustenance, which is all, it's about like when you, which is actually fitting because this is all about like loss and grief and what can you learn in that process, is that when you are in those moments where you feel really like triggered or emotionally overwhelmed, is to question like, what is this challenging about me that is making me so upset? Like, what belief am I being challenged in about myself? Like that I'm not right, or that I'm selfish, or what is it that is triggering me that I'm feeling like, what part of me is being, what part of my belief system is being challenged? Which really goes in line with this whole like blame game thing. Overcoming dependency, a stress reducer that halts obsessive thoughts, stabilize mood swings, and bipolar disorders. It is excellent for overcoming emotional or mental dependency, releasing from addiction, obsession, or self-harming. Facilitating change, this stone of transition assists in letting go of patterns and behaviors and emotional blocks that are holding you back. Lepidolite boosts your analytical abilities, aids decision-making, and encourages independence and achieving goals. It's for the body, it's good for immune system, nervous, muscular, and female reproductive system, and DNA. And for the spirit, it facilitates spiritual journeying, aids access to the Akashic records. So maybe buying this lapidolite and holding it in your pocket would be really helpful when you're feeling dependent on whatever this is and not wanting to let go. So there's some dependency here for sure. Trauma bond just came up in my mind, so go Google trauma bond if that resonates with you, because sometimes we stay in these relationships that are not good for us, even work relationships, because of trauma bonding. So go Google that, go look that up. Okay, raw intention number 22. Raw intention, how cool. Okay, Raw intention. I hope it's all coming together to me, so I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. Okay, intention brought to life, wild power, savage love, divine intervention, powerful inspiration, channeling messages from source. Cool. Holding on to the details too tightly, not allowing source to intervene, missed opportunities, getting stuck in your story, unchecked emotion that is sabotaging your efforts. Allow spontaneity and divine love to guide you, and pay attention to whim, desire, inclination, and impulse. Yeah, it's the blame thing too. It's like, let love and spirit guide you as opposed to who's right and who's wrong. Intention is all like, if you have to go into a conversation with this person or situation, and you're like, okay, I'm going to try this one more time and see if they can meet me at this level that I'm on. You go into that with the intention with love in your heart and in the intention of what is best for both of you and it to the highest power. And you go in with that intention, not the intention of finally winning the argument or proving you're right or proving that you know more, proving they're manipulative and selfish. None of that. That's not your intention. Going in to that conversation with the intention of what's best for both of you, and especially loving yourself and knowing that you want to you want to take a leap of faith. You have the strength to do this. You are looking for a reciprocal, symbiotic relationship, whether this be with a work, job, person, whatever. All right. I hope that made sense to you. Let's read the Know Yourself and see if it works. There's 2 monkeys in this picture. I love monkeys. Oh, I literally opened it up on this page. I was actually just watching Monkey Life, which is about Monkey World, I think. Anyway, it's this place in England where they have all these like rescue monkeys, orangas, primates, and it's a really good show. You can watch it on YouTube. I love it. Okay. Primates are known as skillful communicators and community builders. Humans often forget that turning their communication inward is a primal necessity. To know thyself, as Socrates said, is to put communion in our communities. When you inquire deeply, when you know intimately who you really are so that you can be equally authentic before the mirror of self and the mirror of society, wild woman rises. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Go in with that raw intention, knowing that you're coming from love, knowing that you want what's best for everyone involved, not trying to play the blame game, getting out of your ego about it. Nobody's wrong or right here. Set your intentions clearly, communicate clearly, know you have the strength and ability to do this, and know that what you ideally want is this symbiotic, reciprocal relationship. And so if that is not being... What is it? Get up from the table where love is no longer being served, or where something, if it's not serving you, get up. Okay, there's other tables. You make the world a better place. Thank you for being you. Yeah, so I feel like your team is telling you that you are so incredibly valuable and wonderful and loved, and remember that. And so if someone's not meeting you there, then the pain of being alone in a relationship is much more painful than being alone on your own and loving yourself and knowing that you pushed this away, that you walked away from something that wasn't able to meet you at your level, because you want to keep moving up. Sorry, my hands are like all over the place today. You want to keep moving forward. You want to continue to be enlightened and be the best version of yourself. If this is not going to help you do that, know yourself. Cool. Made sense to me. Hope it resonated with you. If it did and you want to like this, awesome. If you want to subscribe so you can be notified when other videos come up, amazing. And if you don't want to do either of those, I just really appreciate that you were here for this. I really hope it brings some kind of help, makes you feel better, makes you have some kind of direction forward. But thanks for being here, and I hope you have a good rest of your evening. Bye. Hello, welcome pile 3. If you chose pile 3, you chose Dig Deep number 24, and we will read this at the end. But this is your reading. So, I'm gonna shuffle. All right, so it's been really interesting because I started this feeling kind of sad and just low energy and wanting to do some channeling or some messages about grief and loss, and what's come out has just been really positive and like practical, almost like things you can actually do to help yourself. So I feel really grateful to my team and to your teams and just the universe for helping these messages come clear, and I'm also learning from it too. So yeah, it's actually been really positive, so that's wonderful. So we'll see what, all right, well, we're gonna trust the process, and we got 3 cards, so we'll keep them. So pile 3. See what messages are going to come in for you about loss and grief. Sometimes it really is like the best thing you can do is lose something or grieve about something. It really does teach you a lot. As I say this to myself, as I know I'm going to be having to grieve a pretty profound loss for myself coming up. I've lost humans. This feels different. I've lost animals. This still feels like a different one. This is like my soul dog. If you skip my intro, you maybe didn't hear about that. So, okay. All right, let's go. What do we got? What is coming in? Justice. What is leaving? The Wheel of Fortune. Sorry, I'm doing this really fast. Cycles, karmic justice, karmic cycles. Ooh, yeah, maybe you're ending some karmic cycles. How exciting would that be? Okay. Can you focus on for manifesting the Emperor, boss energy, being in your power? Yeah, like channeling boss energy. What can you practice releasing? Ace of Emotions, Ace of Cups reversed. Interesting. Yeah, okay, because you're releasing depression. Okay, yeah. And then guidance would be 6 of Inspiration reversed. Self-doubt. That's the guidance, is not to doubt yourself. Okay, anyway, sorry. So what we have here, actually give me a moment to just connect with this. Yeah, it's another positive loss. It's like the loss here could be the end of a karmic cycle, which is so exciting. Which, if you believe in that, which I definitely do, if there's some kind of karma you've been having to like work through lifetimes, or this lifetime, or just period, some of it can be generational trauma that's passed down. You hear like if you break the cycle of domestic violence, if your family, if you grew up with violence and abuse, but you refuse to do that in your own family, you're the cycle breaker. You're ending this line of generational karma. That's amazing. It's the end, the loss of something. A lot of grief goes into doing that though, because oftentimes it requires, separation from family or separation from people that are not good for you as you're trying to do these healings. But so what I'm seeing coming in is there's some kind of karmic justice coming in for you. And with the Wheel of Fortune, with this cycle, this divine timing, it's like you at this time in your life were meant to do this cleansing ending of this cycle. And again, with the boss energy, the Emperor, it's like, it's you. I'm sorry, but you're the one. You're the one that gets to do this. You're the one that gets to end this cycle. I'm sure you would prefer someone else to do it, but it's you. You're the boss. You're the one. You're the chosen one to do this work. So focusing on that energy and knowing like, nope, it's me. I'm the one who is doing this. I'm the one who's going to stop this cycle. I'm the one who's going to break this chain. This is my work that I'm doing, whether I am responsible for it to begin with or not. This is I have the honor almost to do this now, to end this cycle now, to break this up. So in this position, what you can practice releasing. So there's been maybe a lot of depression. You've maybe been feeling a lot of depression. Maybe that's something that runs in your family. Maybe that's something that you've been, battling your whole life. Maybe it's something new that you're starting to kind of wake up and recognize, like, wait, this is depression. This is a legitimate thing. I want some help in this. It can also just really be emotional loss. So if somebody passed away and you're grieving that loss, and it's a complicated loss where maybe they were, so this is just an example, just take the meaning and put it to your situation. But let's say you grew up with a mother that was very abusive, and you kept them in your life and you tried so hard to make that relationship work, but it was very complicated, and then they passed away before you were able to really like cleanse that relationship or get to a place where that felt good in that relationship. You could be feeling a very deep emotional loss about it and feeling so much grief and regret that you maybe didn't say something sooner. Either way, you could be mad you didn't tell them off. You could be mad that you didn't fix it. There's just some deep feeling of just deep loss. And to release that's kind of causing some depression. Or you might be losing someone might be sick and you might lose them, and you maybe are worried, like, should I say what I want to say? One thing that I've learned is you can still break cycles when someone's passed. You don't need them around to do healing. It's not like that scene in the movie where the person like confronts the demon. It can be, but it can also happen in the privacy of your own bathtub as you sob over your bubbles and heal something with someone who's no longer physically present in this world. I want some confirmation for the boss energy, because definitely understand focusing on your bossness is really important. Focusing on the fact that you are in charge of the situation, whether you believe you are or not. But with the Six of Wands, or Six of Inspiration upside down, it's a lot about feeling a lot of self-doubt and failure. And so the guidance there is just like, stop doubting yourself. You did make the right choices. And even if you think you made the wrong choice, that's sometimes the right choice, because you're going to learn more from making the choice that you felt was the wrong choice than you would have had you done the right choice right off the bat. Strength. You have this. You've got the oh, sorry, I just dropped a bunch of cards. Okay, this fell on the ground. I'm gonna pull this because it definitely made sense to me. So strength, you have the bravery, you have the courage, you can do this. You have the energy to overcome this obstacle. It is within you to do so. It says, I will patiently resolve conflicts and contradictions on the side. With temperance, which is a lot about patience and balance, what I'm getting here is to have grace for yourself. And it says, I can manage my needs and resources wisely to create harmony. You get grace in this process. You get to have patience with yourself as you're learning this. There's no easy answers and solutions sometimes with this type of complicated relationships or karma. But you are brave enough to do this, and you will do this work. Stop doubting yourself. Stop doubting that you're making the right choice. Make the choice that you feel like you need to in the moment, and you'll be able to handle the consequences. That's what I'm getting. I hope that makes sense. Let's pick some. I'm picking a bunch of other cards just to kind of hype you up, give you some positivity and some practical things. Whatever this loss is, this grief, ooh, that feels really heavy. You got it. You can do this. Your team knows you can do it. They're like, you're a boss. Remember, you're a boss. You have more control and power over this than you realize. Like, you're the, what is that guy called? The guy that like leads the orchestra. You're the guy that leads the orchestra, or the lady. You're the person that leads the orchestra. I feel like this is like music sheets and notes, but it's not, it's people. And she's like conducting. You're a conductor. You're the conductor of this music, this story. Yes, you're the conductor of this narrative. You have this within you, even if you have to dig deep, you've got this to do this. You are the chosen one to do this work. All right, I've said that a lot. I hope that makes sense. Makes sense to me. All right. I hope I don't get the, okay, pile 1 and pile 2 got the same angelic messenger card. So if I get it again, I'm going to, okay, good. I didn't get it again. I was like, not again. What does it mean? What does it mean? I feel so much better. I feel so grateful that I decided to do this and that I pretend people are watching. And even if no one's watching, I think people are. I manifest that they are. And so I feel really grateful for whoever sees this, because I feel better talking about this grief and loss in this positive way. This is moving. Oh yeah, that's the, okay, we'll do that after. So you've got red jasper, stamina and endurance. You've got this, you have this in you. Yes, yes. Okay, last one of these. Pile 3. I'll pick one of these. Hype you up, pile 3. Hype up, pile 3. All right, and then we'll obviously read your card that you chose. So what do we have? We've got pranayama, pranayama, breath work. These are like yoga cards that I don't really use often, but I'm finding them to be very practical with breath work. Oh yeah, maybe you just need to be practicing breathing. It's funny, when we're stressed out, we stop breathing. At least I do. So I'm always reminding myself now. My mom is constantly, that's like her favorite thing to do, is like, if I could make you listen to one thing, it would be to breathe more. So shout out to my mom if you remember to breathe more. Truth, number 18 in the angelic messenger cards. You've got the red jasper. You've got the sacred flow of yes. Cool. Oh, I do that at the end. Okay. All right, let's read red jasper. So it's a vitality boost. Red jasper is a powerful and energetic stone. It is the go-to crystal whenever you need extra energy or stamina, imparting determination to all pursuits and support during necessary conflict. So when you're doing this breaking cycle stuff, you could buy a red jasper and keep it in your pocket, and it will help kind of like energize you to do this and be like, you've got this, you can do this, you can do this. Known as the stone of perpetual protection in ancient times, red jasper is an extremely stable stone grounding all areas of life. It is a reliable support during prolonged illness or traumatic events, sustains and supports during periods of stress, and prevents burnout. This stone of health strengthens and detoxifies the circulatory system, the blood, and the liver. It is helpful for prolonged convalescence, speeding up recovery time. Traditionally, red jasper increases fertility and overcomes impotence at any level. For your mind, it says encourages assertiveness, yes, enhances organizational skills, promotes self-honesty, and boosts creativity. And for your spirit, it assists dream, recall, and out-of-body journey. That could be a great crystal for you to buy to kind of like give you the reminder that you've got this boss energy, you've got the strength to do this, Yes, let's read this pranayama, breath work. I do feel like it's a reminder to breathe. Let's see, number 19, interesting. You've got 18, 19, 10, 11. Okay. And I definitely shuffled a lot. Receptivity, bridge to the divine. When breathing is disturbed, the mind is disturbed. When the breath is controlled, the mind is under control. Notice the texture of your breath when you are happy and notice it when you are upset. Rather than reacting, breath awareness helps you reflect and then respond. Pranayama is best practiced first thing in the morning and on an empty stomach. Inhale truth, exhale higher self. Your breath. Okay, breathing. So when you're starting to feel really anxious and you notice yourself tightening up, remember, I am the emperor. I have the bravery and courage to do this. Breathe. Hold on to your red jasper. Let's read Truth 18, Angelic Messenger card. I like to just read from the book on some of these because they're just beautifully written. And sometimes I just intuit. So this is about working through denial and accepting the power of your spirit to promote appropriate physical, emotional, or spiritual healing. You have drawn this card to help you find the clarity you need to make important choices for your life. This is a powerful card of healing, and you have drawn it because you are seeking to understand the significance of your present challenges and to clearly determine the course of action that will best support all aspects of your well-being. I'm so curious what like this cycle is that you're going to be breaking. This image is guiding you to become more aware of the deeper spiritual currents in your life, which are directing you towards a new beginning and also toward learning from the experiences and relationships that may be coming to a close. This is a meaningful time of personal and spiritual synthesis for your life. Practice taking no action until you are sure that the action you choose flows from your deeper truth and wisdom. So breathe. When you don't know what to do, it's, again, even if you make a choice and you don't like the consequences, you're still going to learn from it. So breathe if you don't know. Breathe. Let's read the sacred flow of yes. I feel like it's going to say that you need to say yes more instead of no. But let's see. Movement, ease, things falling into place effortlessly, positive validation and support. The universe is looking after you. How wonderful. You know, when you're going down the right path, things start to fall into place. You feel like it's yes, right? You feel like doors open. Whereas when you're like struggling hardcore, it sometimes feels like everything's going against you. And when you start going in the right direction, I feel like opportunities start opening for you. So that's kind of what I'm getting with that. Let's see. The sacred flow of yes is like a river. So remember that rocks are only put in your way as markers meant to nudge you towards your simplest solution, not as challenges meant to be dominated or controlled. But it's saying, try not to force things. Try not to see no as a problem instead of an opportunity. That a no isn't necessarily an end. It's just kind of to divert you on the right way, on the right pathway. Okay, let's read Dig Deep. Let's see if it all comes together. Number 24, Dig Deep. Because when it all comes together, I get very excited because it feels magical. Because I didn't pick any of these ahead of time, so that's pretty cool. She has deep roots, they say, of the rising woman, roots that cannot possibly come from this earth alone. Through honeycomb and loam, sap and sunlight, and the rich, fertile soil of soul, we are connected to the world tree, the great source that pushes through all worlds, both seen and unseen. When we feel disconnected or disconcerted, our first step towards wholeness is tapping into our root source. When we connect inwardly to the source of life, wild woman rises. You don't have to be a woman. Could be just the divine feminine energy. So dig deep, go within. I I feel like this card is really just confirming again, like you have this ability, you are the chosen one for this work. You have the strength and bravery to do it. You doubt yourself. Try really hard to remember that you are the one and dig deep. See no as a signpost instead of a like a traffic closure. It's a signpost guiding you towards the right direction as opposed to stopping you from moving forward. Thank you for being you. Yeah, it's, you've got it, man. You are the chosen here. You can do this work. You're not going to be given this task if you couldn't do it. I'm going to pick some. Let's see if we can pick a tea leaf for the dig deep. I hope the dig deep made sense to you. Well, just so you know, I don't always use the words on these. So we've got cobweb and turkey. So cobweb says, protected from negative forces beyond your control. Yes. Look at that. It's kind of spider webby. So I feel like your spirit team is like, we got you and you are protected to do this work. We're not just going to expect you to do this crazy generational karmic breaking work without protection. And then it says, turkey, someone is behaving stupidly. Turkey. I feel like sometimes either you maybe are feeling like you're not capable, and so you're like, oh, you're stupid, you can't do this, and maybe like it's self-talk. So just keep reminding yourself that your spirit team, the universe, wouldn't be there on your side if you were a turkey. They love turkeys anyway, but you're not a turkey. You're not stupid. You have purpose, and they have your back. Okay, that's what I got. I hope that was helpful to you. If you liked it and you want to give me a like, amazing. If you want to subscribe so you can see when my videos come up, amazing too. And if you don't want to do either of those, just thank you for being here and listening to this. I feel better. I hope you feel better. Whatever this work is, you've got this, and I'm really excited for you because this is the kind of work that really like starts helping you grow in incredible ways that you can't even imagine right now. So, pile 3, amazing, good job, and thank you for being here. And everyone, if you're still here from the other piles, thanks for hearing all of them. But either way, if you come back to another reading of mine, amazing. I would love it. I really appreciate your energy and time. Have a great rest of your evening and week. Bye.